best thing to season your eggs with is salt. Honestly, I've never had better eggs, well, a better omelette than this. So I use mixed herbs. I don't know if you can see it. Put some of that in there. Oh. And I saw this on one of Megan Sylvester's YouTube videos. She put fresh chives in her eggs. So I tried it and I was like, wow, she's right. These are mint. So I just put them in the ketchup.
Well then guys, let's start episode 13. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for returning, or if you're new here, thank you for joining. You've got about 13 episodes to catch up on. So have fun. A lot of great content there. So in today's episode, I have decided to take things outside. I've situated myself on a lovely piece of greenery just outside my flat. And I'm going to answer a few questions that you asked over on Instagram. Also in this video, I'm going to update you guys on what I've been up to on the last week, as things have been slightly different, if you want to say. And because of the differences, I'm going to show you my new food plan, or what my food plan has been for the week. So yeah, it's going to be quite a short video, but I hope you enjoy it anyway. This fan is the best purchase of this heat wave, as well as a cold monster. Right, so changes that have happened this week. So it's Thursday today. Since last Friday, I haven't been training at all. So in episode 12, you guys saw my push day session, which if you watched it and you're loyal, you know that it wasn't the best session, and neither was the session previous to that, which was my legs pull session. I had legs the day after that push session, and to be honest, I wanted to go into that session with a good mindset and a great mindset, but after that push session and cardio every single day, I knew that my legs just weren't recovered. I knew that I was struggling, I was dragging my feet. It just wasn't, I just knew going into that leg session that day that this was going to be hard. And I like to be challenged, but I just knew that this was going to be mentally challenging, and at this point I was mentally fatigued as well. So basically, long story short, the leg session also went shit. You know, shit happens, I suppose. Shit sessions happen. Basically, I did a session review with Tom. Mentally, I feel fatigue. I'm really struggling to get my head into any set. It took me half an hour to do a fucking seated leg curl today to actually get myself into doing a set. Hack squat regressed, like straight up regressed. Top set wasn't too bad, regressed by 1. Back off set, it was absolutely wank, and I already know that is just because of my mental fatigue. Like, I'm seriously struggling to get my mind set, like, into the set, and I feel like that's just because my overall fatigue levels are just so wank. All other variables are perfect. This is a massive voice note of me basically fucking complaining, so I hope you enjoyed it, but I just thought I'd be truthful with you about how the session went and how basically fucked I feel. So we were planning on doing time off at around this time anyway, before we did the final push. It was just that session kind of like pushed things, I want to say, like a week forward. So I haven't trained at all. I've been on my rest day diet with an added 50 grams worth of carbs to my final meal, which I chose to be oats, which is 75 grams of oats. And you guys know that I probably wasn't complaining because I just love oats and it's my favourite meal. So that's what I've been doing. Sweet fuck all, apart from eating. Oh, actually, I am still doing cardio every day though. I'm still doing 30 minutes on the Stairmaster, and I'm also doing 20 minutes on the cross trainer. It was 40 minutes on the Stairmaster, 10 minutes on the bike, but we changed it up just to put less, I want to say, what's the word? Just so basically my legs have like, there's less impact going, what's the word? Basically the Stairmaster fucks my legs up, and the cross trainer is just a little bit nicer towards my legs, so that's just helping recovery. So we're not still bashing them when I'm meant to be recovering, if that makes sense. Also, I found out, because my watch didn't monitor my heart rate, my old one, properly, the one that I got literally 2 weeks ago, and I've been working at a level 8 on the Stairmaster. I was going to go up to level 9 because I didn't think I was working hard enough, and Tom wanted me to work at a 6 out of 10 RPE, but it turns out I should have been working at a level 6 because my heart rate goes up to 170 pretty much on a level 6. So God knows what my heart rate was going to when I was doing level 8. And to be honest, I think that's probably a reason why my legs got so fatigued so quickly, because I wasn't able to monitor my heart rate. So I just kept thinking, I'm not working hard enough, I'm not working hard enough. So I kept upping the level, and I think that obviously didn't play a good role in recovery measures and also fatigue levels. So first question of the day was asked by Alexandra Reagan. She asked what my favourite training day is, and to be honest, my favourite training day has to be push day, chest focused, but I do love a good hack squat leg day. That is creeping in there, so either or, to be honest. From Trained by Jack, this is quite a funny question, funny you ask it. Would you ever go vegan? So Trained by Jack has asked, would you ever go vegan? No, I wouldn't. Just personal preference for me. I don't have any issue with anyone who is vegan. I just like meat. I like eating meat. And to be honest, I can see why people would go vegan, but personally for me, that's not a direction that I would want to take, nor would being vegetarian, to be honest. I wish, the production of meat was a lot better, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to eat meat. Vic Blundell. Also, I'm really sorry if I pronounce any of your names wrong. I know how annoying it is. But I think it's Vic Blundell. He asked, how much money do you spend on a gym membership per month? To be honest, not a lot. I have a student membership at Future Fitness, which I pay £50 for 3 months. So that's not a lot. 50 divided by 3, can't do quick maths, don't even ask me. And then every 10 days I go to Rotherham, which is £9 per session. So per month, probably like 30 quid. I really don't know. I'll work it out and put the actual amount down there for you. I'm gonna answer 4 more questions. That's really annoying. And then I need to go and cook food, but I will keep answering the questions throughout the day, just because I think it'll be a bit more funner, is that a word? It will be better to watch instead of me sat down talking at you for like 10 minutes. But the next question is from Perrin.J. Tustin. I don't know how to pronounce your surname, sorry. Did you realise your genetic potential when you started bodybuilding? First of all, what genetic potential? If you, like, I didn't think like I would ever get into bodybuilding. Like, I only got into bodybuilding because I was dating someone who was into bodybuilding and I pretty much lived with him, so I kind of lived that lifestyle, loved that lifestyle. So I never really actually understood what it took to be a bodybuilder. I just thought you had to train and eat protein and some carbs. So I was really naive. So no, the question is no, I didn't realise my genetic potential. I mean, I don't really have great genetic potential, I want to say. I've been told that I've got a really good structure for figure, but as far as genetic potential, I'm not sure. I still don't think I've realised my genetic potential now, because I don't think I have any. Yeah, so what genetic potential, Perrin, what genetic, I can't, bedtime, what time is it? It's almost 3 and I want to go to bed. Okay, so the next question is from Celeste Harnden, and we met in a posing seminar with, it was a few episodes ago, it was in Birmingham, and it was with Emma and Kayla. And turns out we are competing in the same competition and the same category, so it will be exciting to share the stage with her. But she has asked me, what do you do for work? Now, loads and loads of people assume that I do something fitness related, or even they almost assume that my degree is also fitness related, but it isn't. So currently right now I am like a waitress at this really nice this nice place called Dylan's Spire Bar, and to be honest, it's great. I hand drinks over and then I take drinks away and I take payment and talk to customers, basically getting paid to socialise and give drinks to people. So it's great, it's easy work unless you get some of those nasty customers. But yeah, I am a waitress and I work 3 to 4 times a week, and it has nothing to do with sports. Final one, let's choose a good one. Oh, this is a great question. This is a really great one. It's from Young and Strong Girls. I'm a young girl and I'm strong. Oh, I just cringed out at that. Why did I do that? Anyway, she said, what? Your weight and height. So here's a quick and easy one because I really need to get going and cook before work. My weight currently right now is 61.7. I started prep at 70.1 kilo. And my height is 5'4". I'm tiny, and I know I'm tiny because I can never reach anything on the middle shelf, or even sometimes the bottom shelf. So yeah, not as small as Caitlin Hill though. She's bloody tiny. So I guess I can count myself lucky. I'm going to cook the rest of my food and prep it for when I work later today, but I will answer more questions throughout the day, and I'm also showing you the food, so I'll see you inside. Second meal, which has been my second meal for the last 6 days, is 50 grams of porridge, 30 grams of whey, my favourite whey. I hate having to find fucking food. And then I have 20 grams of dark chocolate, which I've been dipping into my porridge once it's cooked. So this is, again, like I say all the time, my favourite meal. Jesus Christ, I am hot. So I'm going to answer 2 more questions. Whilst I'm eating my porridge. So the first one is, your most and least enjoyable thing about bodybuilding. The most enjoyable thing about it is probably the training. I just love to train. I love to train hard. Just love every aspect of training. That's the reason why I bodybuild, is because I like to train, you know. The least enjoyable thing about bodybuilding, there isn't really one. I enjoy everything about bodybuilding, otherwise I wouldn't do it. I suppose the least enjoyable thing is when you regress in a session, but that's it. I literally love everything about bodybuilding, and that's why I'm doing a bodybuilding competition and doing these extreme diets. If I didn't enjoy it or love it, then I shouldn't really be doing it. The second one is by Fit.55. Don't know if that's your real name. Do you ever get knee pain when you go heavy on leg movements? The only time I've ever got knee pain is when I did that charity run for my dad. And that was because my calves and my glutes and just my legs were tight, especially my calves, which I don't know the technical terms, which basically caused, because my knee's the middle point, because my upper leg was tight and my lower leg was tight, they were kind of like rubbing or something, I don't know, and it caused me really bad knee pain. I couldn't train legs for like a week or so, but I got treatment on it, and then a couple of treatments on it, and I'm back to normal now. But that's the only time I've ever had a knee pain, never down to like training. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy my porridge, my favourite meal of the day. So now I am just about to meal prep because I have work at 4:30. So that means I have 3 meals at work, one at 6, one at 8 and one at 10. We'll put roughly around those times because obviously I'm working. So I will show you once it's all cooked and in the Tupperware boxes. I'm going to do a cool transition now. Here we have all 3 meals. So I've got my chicken and lettuce in here. I will go into detail when I eat them, but then I've got my fish and my potatoes and then my porridge. The best part about my job is that I can wear sliders and socks, which is great, and also I can pretty much eat my meals when I want, and they're really supportive of me. So I thought I would answer some questions on my way to work, because it takes me about 15 minutes to walk. Gives me enough time to answer a question or two. So the next one is about the importance of having a coach. So for me personally, I wouldn't be able to do this prep without Tom. I wouldn't know how to prep myself. I wouldn't know how to prepare myself for a competition in either an off season or a prep. So he is like literally the only way that I am able to do bodybuilding until I become knowledgeable. But even so, I would always have a coach, just because it is that accountability that you do get from them, and also it just relieves any stress that you may cause yourself, because they're a second pair of eyes, you know, they see things that you might not see, and it just means that you don't have to think for yourself. What they say, they do. As long as you trust them, then you don't have to do any of the thinking, you just have to do the do. So if you struggle to stay accountable, or you're not as knowledgeable, or you know, you want results in the best way possible, I definitely recommend getting a coach. So in terms of price, it can really be varied. There are so many factors as to like why a coach would charge as much as they do. So you're just gonna have to like look around and see which coach is more suited towards you and your goal. So there are different types of like coaches, like lifestyle coaches, prep coaches, all those kind of different styles. So you will just need to like find the one for you. Some coaches who are starting out will sell their services for free, and then there are some coaches who probably charge up to like 300 quid. So it's like, it really does vary. You can't really put a price on it. So we're getting into the city centre now, and I'm getting a lot of looks. So I'm gonna answer this last question before I get too embarrassed. Do I ever struggle with sleep? Sometimes, yeah, if I haven't done like my nightly routine, or if there are other variables like my environment not being correct. Like at the moment, this heat is killing me. I'm still able to sleep, it's just more so like it's a lot harder to get to sleep and to stay asleep. I use Support Max PM and a really good night routine. So to be fair, that's all you need. Like, you need to nail the basics before you go for supplementation, but never really. So I'm literally just about to start work now, so I'll see you guys when I eat. So I'm just eating my third meal. It's a bit later than usual because we've been busy at work, but it's 150 grams of chicken with lettuce, cucumber and some peppers, onions and stuff, and I make it like a wrap like you guys have seen before in my previous stories. So I'm gonna eat this. Just doing my little YouTube. Can they see me? Yeah, what time is it now? What time is it now? It's 9 o'clock, so I'm a bit late on meals, but I'm having my 4th meal out of 5 today. So I've got, I'll show you guys, 350 grams of potato. I then have 200 grams of cod, and then I also have some veg here for you. And I've got a lovely view of screaming children, which I'm not too happy about. I have one more meal left, which is the porridge, which I'm going to have later tonight, probably like 10:30, so soon after this pretty much. But I've answered all the questions, surprisingly. I thought I had a few more, but it's all done pretty much. But I always enjoy the latter end of the day just because I have more carbs, more food, and I feel fuller. And the reason why we've done it so I have the carbs later on the day is so that my sleep doesn't get affected, where I'm going to bed hungry, which, you know, sleep helps recovery. And recovery is just important as the training itself, so that's why we've done it this way. And yeah, I feel great at the moment because I'm about to feast into 350 grams of potato, so I'm gonna enjoy it. See that I'm a sweaty mess right now. If you can see, 11:05, again, really late. This is what happens sometimes. Sometimes I can have my meals on time when I'm at work, others I am slightly late. Usually I would have this meal at like 10:25 anyway, like about half an hour before bed, and I don't find that my digestion keeps me up. So it is 75 grams worth of porridge. It isn't freshly made, but look how much that is. So what I do is I boil the kettle at work and I just add it just so it's a little bit less dead, you know. You know, this is the reality of like having to fit everything in. Like, I do try to control as many variables as I absolutely can, but you know, life sometimes gets in the way, but I still get all my meals in. I'm really lucky that I'm still able to get my meals in, like as many meals as I do in this workplace, so I will always forever be grateful to them for allowing me to eat on the job. To be fair, this is pretty much what my life has been like for the last 6 days, just eating these foods. So Tom's been relatively nice to me. My rate of loss is still great, my look is still pretty great, so you know, we're happy with the approach that we've gone for with this. Obviously I'm looking very flat. What I'll do is I'll pop some check-in photos somewhere on the screen, but yeah, this is literally what I'm like, especially on work days. It's very much like a bit of a rush, but when I do eat, I do take my time, but I don't rush my food just so it digests better. But yeah, I answered all the questions. I'm back to training on Saturday, which is really exciting. I think I'm back for push. I think it's the chest focus session, which was my last YouTube video. So yeah, I am going to eat my 75 grams of oats, 35 grams of whey and 20 grams of dark chocolate now. And I'm going to end this video just because I'm not going to get home until like 12:30, 1 o'clock. And I don't think I want to be talking about my outro, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope my answers to the questions were okay. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this kind of style of video. I really didn't know what to do as nothing's really happened at the moment in the last couple of days, just because where I have had time off, training and stuff. But yes, I'm excited to get back to training and, you know, let some frustration out and just get back to doing what I love. So if you haven't already, guys, like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next episode. Bye.